Assalamu alaikum guys, today we are going to see that what else we can do with Jinja 2. Let me place some more HTML files over here so that we can develop an application in Flask. I would be adding this template in our Flask application, and this template is going to represent the root of the website, which means that whenever we are running our server on Flask, the first page that comes on the screen by hitting our localhost on port 5000 will result in this page. I would be placing the link of this template in the description, so try it yourself and copying this all, and I'm going to make a new HTML file. Let me name it home. Let me place the code over here. Let this route represent this home.html. I would be copying this, placing right over here, and I would be changing few things. We are actually pointing home.html, which is this. So whenever I am going to run my application, the first page that comes on screen would be home.html. Let me run. And you can see that the first page is this template. Now what we have to do is this, that I have to place here a login link which was made by us earlier. Let us check that page. Sorry, I haven't changed this, so let me remove this all. And restart. Okay, fine. Let me write login over here into home.html and finding link. Okay, so login. It's okay, so let us see the change. It's login. I just want this login link to redirect to this login page, so I would be using Jinja 2 syntax over here to redirect this login link to the login page, and this is something like this URL4, and we have to just pass the route name only over here. So I am passing login route. It would be redirecting to this route which is login, and it's going to link that thing. Let us see it. Let me restart it. Refresh, login, and you can see that it's working. I will add another page in our templates folder, which would be like submitting all the data from form to our database in future, and along with that I would be adding another page would be displaying all the data from our database to our page. So let's add these two pages. HTML file. I'm actually pasting this code, HTML code over here. It's going to give me this page, and let us rename this route submit data. Okay, and let me place this data data.html. Let me restart so and see the output on this route. Submit. You can see that it's displaying, but let me add one more field over here. Going back to our file, let me copy the field. Let's name it address. Type text. You can see the beauty of Pyjam that it is highlighting this word because there is spelling mistakes. You can come over here and you can change the spellings as well. Let us restart it and test it. You can see that there is one more field right over here, and let me remove this, remember me. Okay, this was to submit the data, and let me place another HTML page which is going to show the data from our database. Database data. I would be making a table in this page which is going to represent our data from the database. So let me copy the bootstrap code which makes the table. Let me use this table. Copy the code. I'm going to place it over here, and there are no more routes. Let me make a new one. See, let me show data. Let me rename the HTML string also. Let me change this function name because there are two functions with the same name, so let me change it. Let's restart it. So you can see that it's working. Let us go to the main page of our application, and I would be like placing the show database over here and to submit form here, and we are going to link that as we have done with this login case. Go over here and data submit. Let us use the Jinja 2 templates for linking. I'm linking the data with this show data, placing it with show data, and same thing is going to happen over here. We're going to use submit data in this case. Restart the page, refresh it. Why it is giving us error? Could not build URL for endpoint show data. I owe you an apology, guys. This is supposed to be the function name, not the route name. So whenever you are going to link other pages with the anchor tabs, you always have to specify the function name. The login was actually working because the function name in this case was login. So let me replace the route name with the function name. So in this show data case, we are going to place this show db, and in submit data case is home. Let me rename it let's restart and let me refresh it. You can see that it's working. Okay, so let me click this data part. You can see that it's working. Go back and submit data. You can see that it's working. Now what I want is this, that this header and footer should be there whenever I click on the links. Like in data case, there must be the same header and footer. For this purpose we use template inheritance, which will give us reusability features in our HTML code. So I have to use this header and the footer in these links. So let me go to this page first, which is home.html, and blog title and blog, and body I can write blog content. I have to actually use this header and footer, so these all things would be placed in this blog content. So move this blog content after nav, because we can see this, that control shift I, we can see that this is actually a nav, and after the nav there is this content. So I would be cutting this all content and would be moving this all content to a new root.html page. Control A, Control V. I want this root.html to inherit home.html, and I would be using Jinja syntax over here to do so. So in root.html I would be extending this with home.html. Let me specify the blocks, block which are in our parent HTML, and this is home.html. You can see this block title is one of it. So copy it and paste this in root.html. Whatever I'm going to place in between it is going to be rendered in the page. So I'm going to write over here root, and let me copy this, home.html. Let me copy blog content. We have already specified the content in root.html, so I would be placing start of blog content, and this tag and block would be placed at the last. So I would be doing the same thing in the case of submitting data as well. So let me copy this extend tag and submit our data. Let me remove this all and place this. In this case the title would be submitting data, and content is already specified, but I have to mention over here the tags blog content and blog. Let me remove this body tag and sorry, this was container, so I have to mention the closing tag for div and let me just replace this home.html with root.html because it has all of the content which was supposed to be rendered in this case. So let us restart the server and see the changes. You can see, and the other case was here in submitting data, and submitting data was in this case. So I have already linked it, so let me click this submit data and you can see that it's working. So you have to do the same thing in the case of data and login. So I want you guys to practice it. Be seeing you. Allah Hafiz.